I remember that January of 2017 when we cut the ribbon. We had that beautiful cake that was the exact replica of our Vine buses. It was one of the coldest days there possibly could be. The wind was howling.
It was brutally cold, but it was, it was heartwarming. We had right around 250 people, members of the community, come out and show up in those conditions to be able to celebrate the opening. And I just remember, it was one of those moments that you can't recreate.
It was the first bus rapid transit in the entire region. It travels from Van Mall to Turtle Place. It is an integral part of our fourth plane corridor.
Our fourth plane route, since I've joined C-TRAN a number of years ago, people refer to it as C-TRAN's Interstate 5. It has been, continues to be our highest ridership route. We've experienced overcrowding, we've experienced a high number of wheelchair boardings, we experienced regular traffic conditions, and all of that led to a route with very high ridership, but it was infrequent. The reliability wasn't where we would like it to be, and we were looking at bus rapid transit as a way to really address and adequately correct many of those deficiencies we were seeing on fourth plane.
For fourth plane and for the Vine specifically, it's really in a great corridor. It was built perfectly in our main thoroughfare through Clark County, the Vancouver area, and it really hit all the major points that we try to look at for economic development, access to jobs, access to education, and quality of life. And it really fit all four of those bills, which made it a really great project for C-TRAN.
So we're talking about, when you say bus rapid transit, it's not about buses literally traveling at a faster rate of speed. It is doing things to be more efficient with your stops along the corridor to make your boarding and deboarding as efficient as possible. Talking to riders firsthand when they're on the bus is one of the best ways to really gauge what people are thinking and how they're feeling about it. Just really, really positive interactions. A lot of people just are happy to be there. It's a pleasant experience. Riding it. It's very different than what fourth plane had offered for so many years. So seeing the smiles and talking to people has just been really, really tremendous.
It's really convenient. I like that it comes so often. I can just walk out of my house and know that I'm going to catch it in just a little bit. I don't have to always worry about, look at the schedule and plan out my trip ahead of time. It takes me straight downtown, takes me straight to the library, all my favorite places. I go to Clark College, so it takes me right there.
The main thing that I've noticed, though, right off the bat, the attitude of the people on the bus was much better. They were much happier. What it seemed to be was riding the bus wasn't a chore anymore. I think we're finally bringing C-TRAN into the 21st century. And that's the best feeling I have about the whole thing, is that instead of riding a system that was designed for the 1980s, it's a system that's designed more for the new century.
I was probably one of the skeptics. Even when I first got on C-TRAN, I come from a background where the only mass transit was a school bus. I'm a bus rider now, and I would say it's not as hard as it looks. It just takes one time to do it, and more than likely, if you do it one time and learn how to ride the bus, you'll ride the bus more often.
Fourth plane has seen a significant amount of redevelopment in a very short period of time, particularly on the multifamily housing.
So with part of the multifamily tax exemption that is part of the fourth plane forward strategy, there is it's a tax exemption program for developments that include some affordability requirements. It used to be around Andreessen Road, and it was expanded all the way to include up to the Van Mall area so that it would cover the full extent of the Vines route.
And now we're really beginning to see significant developments all along the corridor, starting in downtown and working its way all the way to Thurston Way. And a lot of those individual private developers have specifically said that one of the reasons that they're doing this is because of the investment in the Vine.
So when you think about the 2030 plan for C-TRAN, we've really identified three major corridors, which were 4th Plain, Mill Plain, and Highway 99. Right now, the next big project for us is going to be Mill Plain. We think that's important for us because that's a major corridor and it really branches us out to some of our other community cities that are involved in the Clark County Public Transportation Benefit Area. I would say that the Vine is really the beginning of the future of public transportation in Clark County.
This is, in my mind, a transformational project for C-TRAN. It's a transformational project for our community, for the city of Vancouver, because for the first time we have been able to put in place a true transit service that really truly meets the mission of this organization, which is to provide safe, reliable, and efficient mobility choices. The Vine does all of those things. And I think a number of our other routes do that as well. However, to be able to do it at the level that we're doing it now with the reliability factor, with the reduced travel time, with the increased frequency, because we are operating every 10 minutes, it's the type of service that really makes transit shine in a community, and most importantly, it better serves our riders and our customers, and so it's a win-win.